they want to use AI to automate not the ordering itself, but to make it faster, less clicks, but more time spent with the customer who's ordering the coffee.
Yeah.
So like that could be a perfect tool to help you spend more time with the people walking into your restaurant. I was just speaking with someone earlier about the importance of that human interaction and that understanding and empathy for restaurants in their tech stack. We were talking with Summer Moon, that's what it was. And they were like, this is a key component for us because you need to know someone's got your back, right?
Yeah.
It's 2025, you have AI everywhere, you have ChatGPT on your phone. My son uses it for homework sometimes, but like, it's not the same as sitting there and figuring out together or like asking someone for help.
Yep.
Knowing that a human has your back or can help you in a situation, and that'll never be taken away. People might think it goes away. It will never go away. We can look at the restaurant industry as a whole, right? We all thought after COVID, robots and, line busting and stuff like that would be the solve to the problem of not enough hospitality workers being back. It didn't solve it. It was a little bit of a Band-Aid, but like it didn't solve the problem because people want the interaction. You go to a restaurant, not just for the food, you go for the ambiance, you go for the perfection of what it is. And depending on what restaurant you're at, it could be the chips, it could be the margaritas, it could be the salsa, it could be the pizza, but you go back there for that, not for, they have this really cool board or robots or a drone that delivers your food. They don't want that.
No.
It's cool for a little bit, but nothing will overtake that human empathy, that compassion, that being there for you and understanding.
Well, I always say that like the majority of meals that we eat at a restaurant, we can make at home.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you could probably make that same food to a similar degree at home for cheaper, but you don't because you're buying more than food at a restaurant. You're buying being around people. You're buying knowing that when I go in, some server's going to ask me about my day and be a part of it. And I think what's really unique about the restaurant industry is as we see things automate in other industries, there's still this tactile, person-to-person, the emotion of another individual helping you through a process, right? And to me, that's why restaurants have always succeeded, because in times of celebration, you go out to eat.
Yeah.
In times of mourning, you go out to eat. You know, when there's a recession, there's still people going to restaurants. Yeah, they might not be going to that Michelin star restaurant anymore, but they're going somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? Because that little moment of that little bit of spare change you might have if you don't have a lot of times it's being spent on food.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's so cool about the restaurant industry is how it supports a culture of celebration, of coming together and quite literally breaking bread.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. I mean, you've had meals with me before, and anyone that knows me and my wife gets annoyed by it. She calls me extra. I will order extra because to me, sharing a meal with my work friends, with the people I travel with, it's a big deal to me. And if you are invited to my table to have a meal with me, like you're in my circle to a degree. Mm-hmm. And having those conversations. And at the same time though, but I'm also watching you and how you interact with the server staff.
Yeah.
Are you nice to them?
Yeah.
Are you Mr. Pink from Reservoir Dogs? Like how do you react to those situations, right? Because that tells me how you are as a person.
Yeah.
You are correct. It is mourning. It is celebration. It is breakups. It's all of it. That's food. I took my wife last year for her birthday to Alenia. And I was blown away by the way they were like a synchronized dance.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I had a bit of a moment because like watching them do what they do, I can see how what we do as an IT provider, as an installer, as a helper for the restaurant industry helps them do that.
Yeah.
Right? Because they don't have to worry about their tech stack. They know we got their back.
Yeah.
So they can do this crazy thing that they do. And if you have not been there yet, I highly suggest you go there. Everything is synchronized. It is a well choreographed dance by 30 people. And it's just perfect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what makes hospitality so amazing, right? It goes so much further than just the meal. And there's so much that goes into it to make sure that that moment can happen. It can happen consistently.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's a big thing that a lot of people don't necessarily see and recognize is just how much goes into ensuring that this meal is repeatable.
Yeah.
That this process is repeatable, that this experience is repeatable. Because you went in this one time and you're probably going to get excited and go again.
Yeah.
And if it's not the exact same.
Every 3 months, and I'm like, let's go again.
Exactly.
Go again.
The food changes, but the experience probably needs to be the same. right? And that's what's so cool about it. Now, I looked at innovations in the restaurant industry like AI. And I have a couple beliefs as to how this will change in the restaurant industry, but I'm curious, what do you think is going to be the biggest core change to a restaurant as they implement AI, let's say in the back office?
So I think that because of the pandemic and everything that we've gone through the past 5 years, we've lost a lot of tribal knowledge from the restaurant industry. Those people that can look at a palette and normally cups are there, they're gone, right? So this new generation of people who are in the industry, but they don't know all the ins and outs yet, right? So I think AI will help them survive and kind of come up to speed faster, I hope. That's the goal, right? Because if you can use AI to do predictive, seat mapping or sales or staffing or cuts, all that stuff, eventually you'll start to understand what the algorithm is inside your own head, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we are down in sales today by 6%, I should cut 14% of labor, right? So again, that shortage that we went through with the pandemic, it hurt. But now you have this new blood that has to come up to speed.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where AI will really help the most. Again, my Summer Moon conversation was that they want to use AI to automate not the ordering itself, but to make it faster, less clicks, but more time spent with the customer who's ordering the coffee.
Yeah.
So that could be a perfect tool to help you spend more time with the people walking into your restaurant.
That's exactly where I saw this going as well. And I was talking to an operator a few weeks back two individuals, CEO, CFO, Joe Heeb was the guy who was talking from Ducanos. And an individual who at first glance you might not necessarily think would be the first to adopt AI. But the thing that he said to me that was really quite impactful was AI is going to give us the opportunity to get back in front of the guest. Right? If I can ensure that whatever process I was spending in the back office going through, if I can sit in front of that guest longer, I can provide a better guest experience. They're more likely to come back.
Yep.
They're more likely to have a better experience. They're more likely to tell their friends. And so when you look to other industries, you see how AI is potentially eliminating jobs and taking away a lot of the human experience in the restaurant. I think it's the complete opposite.
I agree.
I think it's the opportunity for operators to go back to what they're truly great at, which is people and food and hospitality.
Yeah.
It's not sitting in front of an Excel spreadsheet.
No, absolutely not. So you look, Excel spreadsheet is a prime example, right? How many tipping, right?
Yeah.
Tipping in POS is always going to be painful because every single restaurant does tipping differently, right? So if you can take back that, call it 2 hours a week spent going through the tip pool to make life easier for that operator, they now have 2 hours more, not just with the restaurant, but also with their own family to a degree.
Yes.
You're a founder, you understand the battery drain that you go through every day. And so I talk about this with my wife. I finish up with work and I am just brain dead. I've been on the phone for 9 hours. I've charged my phone twice. My battery is dead.
Yeah.
Right? But if I can use AI, or as an operator in the hospitality scene, can use AI to save a little bit more of that battery, it won't just affect the restaurant he's in, but also their personal life.
Yeah.
That's a little bit more energy they have for their friends, for their family.
Yeah.
Go for a walk, walk their dogs, where it may be.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is also a key component of getting back from AI. I'm hoping. Or we're just going to end up blowing up. I don't know. I hope not. But, I'd like to believe, though, that using AI smartly can give you back some more time.